15 million bars a day, 100 tons of peanuts every morning. Chocolate arriving as liquid at 31 degrees, 1 degree off, and the batch turns gray. 3 layers in the same order every time: nougat, caramel, peanuts, the same chemical reaction hiding inside all 3, the best-selling candy bar on Earth. But in 1930, a man in Chicago sliced each one from a slab by hand. He named it after a horse, a thoroughbred that died weeks before the first bar sold. That slab of nougat and caramel is still the same recipe. But every layer now depends on one chemical reaction, repeated 3 times at 3 different temperatures, to hold 15 million bars together before midnight. Franklin, Mars, Minnesota, early 1900s. Polio keeps the boy home. His mother, Alva, sets up a double boiler on the kitchen table and teaches him to dip chocolate by hand. Cocoa butter softening over warm water. Small fingers lowering each piece in and waiting for the coating to set. That wasn't a business plan. That was a mother keeping a sick child's hands busy. By 1920, Frank and wife Ethel turned those hands into a company, Mar-O Bar. Their Milky Way bar became the nation's best-selling candy by the late 20s. In 1930, Frank and son Forrest perfected a new recipe after 3 years of experiments. Pour peanut butter nougat onto a tray. Layer caramel and peanuts on top. Slice the slab by hand. Dip each piece in melted chocolate. The first bar sold for a nickel in Chicago. That same year, the family bought 2,800 acres in Tennessee, Milky Way Farm. Ethel bred racehorses there. Her favorite, a horse named Snickers. The horse died weeks before the candy bar launched. They named it after the horse they lost. When the bar reached Britain, officials worried Snickers sounded too much like Knickers. It sold as Marathon until 1990. The recipe from Alva's kitchen, nougat, caramel, peanuts, chocolate, hasn't changed. But what happens inside the factory would be unrecognizable to the woman who started it all. Same 4 layers, same order, everyone controlled to the degree, to the second, to the crystal. Nougat is the base. Sugar and egg whites whipped together. Egg whites coat air bubbles, giving the nougat its light texture. Boiled sugar syrup folds in slowly. Then melted fat goes in last. Fat can collapse the bubbles, so it enters only after the structure is set. Final ingredient: powdered sugar seeded in to trigger crystallization. Those crystals make the nougat short. It snaps cleanly, no stretch. Mars calls the mixture frap. That clean break when you bite through the bottom layer, that's the crystals giving you a snap before you hit the chewier caramel above. Next, caramel. Milk proteins react with sugars under heat in the Maillard reaction, the same chemistry that browns a steak. It creates the color, the butterscotch flavor, and something more important, structure. Cooked to 240 to 245 degrees Fahrenheit. Too high and it hardens. Too low and it slides off the nougat. At the right temperature, the caramel is chewy enough to act as glue because the peanuts need something to stick to. 16 peanuts per bar, 100 tons a day, freshly roasted, pressed into warm caramel. The Maillard reaction just browned the caramel, but the same reaction created chocolate's flavor during cocoa bean roasting, and roasted the peanuts. 3 layers, 3 rounds of the same reaction. The only variable is temperature. Machines cut the slab into strips, then to size. 4 inches for a full bar, 2 for fun size. At this point, a naked Snickers. No chocolate, millions of them, rolling down a conveyor. The naked bars pass through a waterfall of tempered liquid chocolate on a wire mesh belt, all sides coated in one pass. After the curtain, a vibrating belt and air blowers strip excess chocolate, preventing tails, drips that harden at the base. Then, into a cooling tunnel at 2 to 10 degrees. Mars spent $4 million on a single enrobing machine for the Waco factory. But chocolate is the most demanding layer. Cocoa butter crystallizes in 6 forms. Only form 5 gives the glossy finish, the snap, the smooth melt, at 34 degrees. Tempering heat to 45 to dissolve all crystals. Cool to 27, every form appears. Reheat to 31, unstable forms melt, form 5 survives. Cocoa butter melts at body temperature. Chocolate dissolving on your tongue isn't marketing. It's physics. Wrong crystal, and the surface goes dull, the texture turns waxy. That white film on old chocolate, fat bloom. Form 5, slowly becoming Form 6. Safe to eat, hard to look at. What started as egg whites, sugar, peanuts, and cocoa butter is now a sealed tempered bar. 15 million of them before midnight. 15 million bars means 240 million peanuts every day, sorted, roasted, and pressed into caramel before midnight. 100 tons of chocolate arriving as liquid in temperature-controlled tanker trucks because cocoa butter must stay at exactly 31 degrees or the batch blooms. Mars spent $4 million on a single enrobing machine for the Waco line. That machine coats 300 bars per minute in a curtain of tempered chocolate. And the cooling tunnel behind it runs at 2 degrees to lock in Form 5 before the crystal structure can shift. Annual sales over $2 billion, 70 countries. The chemistry that holds one bar together holds together an empire.
We interrupt your video to bring you important breaking hunger news.
There are multiple reports of others being a numpty too.
There's only one known cure. The new Snickers hunger bar, effective against all sorts of numpty behavior.
The family behind this world's best-selling candy bar doesn't make most of its money from candy. Mars Incorporated, $54.6 billion in revenue. Privately held, 5th generation. No interviews. No photos of executives. No financial disclosures. Forbes ranks them second wealthiest in America, $117 billion, behind only the Waltons. The Flip Pet Care makes up 59% of revenue. Pedigree, Whiskas, Royal Canin, veterinary hospitals. The family that named a candy bar after a racehorse now earns most of its fortune feeding other people's pets. In 2024, they acquired Kellanova, Pringles Cheez-It, for $35.9 billion, the largest food deal since Kraft Heinz. And through it all, a bar that started with a dead horse, a name mistaken for underwear and a mother's chocolate lesson, still outsells every other candy on the planet. Not because of the chocolate, not the peanuts. Every ingredient in a Snickers exists in a dozen other bars. What doesn't exist anywhere else is the sequence. Hard, chewy, soft, in that order every time. Your jaw expects it before your tongue registers flavor. That's not taste, that's rhythm. And rhythm is what keeps people coming back without knowing why. We don't crave ingredients, we crave patterns. The crunch of cereal in the morning, the fizz of a cold drink after work, the snap of chocolate before the chew. Rituals built around textures, not flavors. Performed so automatically we mistake repetition for preference. Somewhere tonight under fluorescent light in a gas station, someone will reach for a Snickers without comparing prices, without reading labels, without thinking. They won't know about the crystals or the tempering or the horse. They'll just know the first bite feels like the last one. The most invisible family in America built the most reliable 3 seconds in food. That's not a recipe, that's a reflex. 3 layers, same reaction 3 times. Same sequence a boy learned at a kitchen table in Minnesota. The speed changed. The name came from a horse. That's the process. We reveal how things actually work one story at a time. If there's something you'd like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.